All right, everyone, well, welcome back. And we are this morning very luckily joined by Ash Pendergast, who is going to be retiring after their next fight, but is certainly a mainstay of the local scene here in Australia. So, Ash, thank you very much for joining us today, man. Look, I want to get straight into it. And, considering that, you are looking at, retiring sort of after your next fight, I wanted to ask you what first got you into martial arts? Kind of talk me through the beginning of your martial arts journey.
Oh man, I kind of did martial arts most of my life, man. I probably started when I was about 8 with just little taekwondo classes and stuff like that. And then I sort of jumped over at 15 to 16 to sort of more boxing, Thai boxing style. And then I've just always sort of been drawn to it. Always loved it. I probably Thai boxed until I was about 21, 22. I joined the army at 21. I had another couple of fights, but it just got sort of too hard. And I had a big chunk of time off. And then a mate got me into it again a couple of years ago, and thought, I want to have one last crack before I throw it in.
Yeah,
before I'm too old. Yeah,
100%. Ash, look, man. Question for you is, obviously I want to touch on your time in the military a little bit later, but first thing I want to sort of ask you is about your charity, Veterans MMA. If you could for us and for the people listening, if you could elaborate a little bit on it and sort of what you do and what you provide and that sort of stuff, that would be amazing.
Yeah, man, of course. We're a charity. We're pretty much the idea is that a lot of veterans get out and sort of struggle with that transition between military life and civilian life. You actually get told all the time before you get out, and everyone's sort of brushes it off. I did, sort of like, yeah, cool, man, I've been a civilian for 20 years before I joined. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sweet. But no, everyone, you sort of get out with after everything you do, see, and everything, usually with a bit of a desensitized personality, and blending back into the civilian population is quite difficult. Yeah. Usually leads to a lot of isolation in our vets, and it is a massive problem. The idea of Veterans MMA is to get a community that's veteran only, so there's no civilians, no onlooking eyes, so you're fully judgment free. We can all be a bit of a social hand grenade sometimes and sort of say those desensitized jokes and say those things, and sometimes in civilian gyms and things like that, you can sort of upset some people. So it's just all veteran. So like everyone can say what they want and not worry about onlooking eyes. We pretty much do a block with every session, which is about 45 minutes of learning a technique, all MMA related. So it'll either be jiu-jitsu, striking, wrestling. Then we do about 30 minutes of a live activity, whether it be sparring, live rolling, or a situational. And then we allocate about an hour, sometimes even more, to just socialize and getting the guys to be back in that community, start talking to each other. That's awesome. And so far, it's working really well. The guys we're getting are like, even if they're injured or they can't come, we're getting guys that come in, just sit on the side and just yell banter at the guys that are there. Yeah. They go in there, talk crap, and it's great, man. We get guys saying that they were starting to hate civilization, just living in their houses and just couldn't blend in, and now they're there every session, just back out there again, and it's good.
That's amazing.
Definitely. So, Ash, I wanted to know, do you have any regrets from your fighting career or journey as a martial artist, or do you sort of take everything that has happened in your journey as a fighter to just be sort of part of the experience?
I did have regrets for a while there. Like, I remember being in the army for a couple of years, and I was watching. I was a Thai boxer back then. I wasn't doing MMA. And I was sort of like, I'd get an international Thai boxer back then. I'd look at the rankings. I was seeing the guys I was fighting just sort of climb. I was like, what was I doing? Like, I could be out there sort of climbing the ranks. But no, now looking back, I'm very happy with every decision I've made, every experience that I've been through, and to where I am today. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Ash, look, man, let's sort of circle back to your time in the army, in the military. Obviously, a very big thing to do in your life. So I want to know sort of how long was your stint in the army, and sort of how that experience was for you. I know, like you said, that the charity organisation sort of helps people, bring them back to civilian life. So how was that experience for you initially going there and then returning?
Going in was fine. It was great. Like, I loved it. It was just like, you went to basic training, you made 30 mates, and you went to the battalion, you made 100 mates straight away. Yeah. Everyone was pretty loose, and It was I did 5 years in the Australian Army, and then I got straight out. I did about 5-6 years private contracting, which is just working in different arenas overseas, doing a similar role, similar guys, just not working for the actual Australian Defence Force. Which is another hard thing because you think you've transitioned, you think you've got the army, you haven't, like you said. But no, it was good, man. Like I loved a lot of it, man. It was really good. A lot of great guys. Deployed to Afghan in 2010. That was pretty intense. And then 2011 came back, and it was like early 2012 I discharged. But no, I made some amazing mates, like all the guys that I met in the army. Yeah, are just amazing dudes.
Awesome.
For sure.
Yeah,
So, Ash, I wanted to know, as a sort of fan and as a practitioner of the sport, from your eyes, how has the sport sort of changed the most from when you first started to now? So from my perspective, it's the fact that we have core MMA gyms now, especially here in Australia. It's not you go to a Thai gym to do your Muay Thai, then you go to a jiu-jitsu guy to do your jiu-jitsu. We have core MMA gyms. But from your perspective, what's been the biggest change in the sport?
Oh, man. Honestly, like my perspective is the gyms I actually went to and the gym I go to now, like the attitude. I mean, before I left the sport, I probably went to about 3 different gyms where I had most of my fights. And the attitude that the gym I'm at now is totally different. It was one reason I kind of left it for a while. When I got out, I didn't go back to fighting straight away. I was like, kind of been there, done that. Like, I love fight gyms, I love fighting, but there was I just felt like, every gym's got the egos, and then walking into a new gym for the first time, you're always like, shit, okay, got to deal with this again. But no, this one was absolutely different. Like, my mate was trying to get me there for a while, and I was like, look, man, been there, done that. But finally got me there, and like everyone at this gym was just amazing. Like, really, really, like no egos at all. Like, but you wouldn't know, like, these guys are all friggin' assassins. Like, they're just absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything was different as well. Like, where I thought, like, oh yeah, I've got a really good Thai background, good stand-up background. So like, this is just like, another day in the office, and go in there and then try to learn the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, then even just trying to strike while people try, like, everything changed. Like, I had to break my whole style back. And just it felt like starting to try to walk again, honestly. But when you started like adding in the shots and the wall and everything like that, it was massively different. But I've seen a huge attitude change in the martial arts industry, or the fighting industry, probably in the past 15 years from what it used to be as well.
Yeah,
which is probably more in the positive sort of sense.
Yep, awesome. Well, look, Ash, let's sort of turn to the fight now. Eternal 74, your retirement fight against Cole Smith. I will preface this by saying Cole was actually a coach of mine maybe 5 or 6 years ago at Harper.
Yeah, sweet.
So
excellent, man.
Ago, but I think if memory serves me, he actually served in the military as well. I can't remember if it was New Zealand or Australia, but
New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he did, yeah. So what is that like, fighting against a guy who is also a military vet? Pretty special fight, not just you versus someone else, but it's 2 military vets fighting each other. It's a really interesting fight, and something I think all fans will be happy to see, no matter the outcome.
Nah, man, like, it's actually probably the most perfect way to end it, dude. Like, we're both like pushing 40 or around 40, so like, we're definitely getting up there. Both veterans, both have similar attitude. Actually, a lot of my support crew that I worked with on Madison Nauru when I was private contracting actually know him very well from the army. So I think like half of my guys are going to be half going for him as well anyway. So I hear nothing but great good things about him. So it's actually a really good way to end it. Like he sounds like he's an ex-vet, he's a warrior, but like what do you do? How do you respect a warrior in the ring? Like, you try and take his head off and have a chat afterwards. So like, it was I'm actually really happy it's ending this way. Yeah, no matter the outcome, it's good. It's good way to end it.
Awesome. Last one from me, man. I don't want to keep you too long. It's a Saturday morning, so I'll let you enjoy your but last one from me. What's your prediction on the fight with Cole? How do you see it going down, and what sort of avenues do you think you can exploit or use to your advantage to sort of pick up that win?
Oh, honestly, man, I'm a freaking awkward fighter. I've always been an awkward fighter. Like, and just make it hard for other people. honestly, I think it's going to be tough. Like, he's been around for a long time and he's obviously a tough guy. Same here. So I think we're just in for a war, and that's going to be the best way to end it. So, like, yeah, I don't know what to expect from him. I know he's had some boxing fights. I know he's taught MMA for a long time, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. So I'm honestly just going to do with what's in front of me. Just try and make it hard.
Awesome. Love it. Ash, look, man, I want to say you're one of the good guys in the sport, with the charity and everything else. I know from Alex and I, we appreciate what you do for the sport. On a local level and international level, it's really, really important to have guys like you in the sport, especially helping veterans back, to normal civilization and, introducing MMA and that sort of stuff. You're a credit to the MMA community. Thank you very much for what you do. Thank you for your service to the country, and also good luck next weekend, man. We can't wait to watch you compete. I know I'll be watching you, so good luck, and we'd love to chat to you again in the future, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much for having me on the show. Thanks heaps.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.